Hi guys, welcome back to Aviation First YouTube channel where aviation comes first. First of all, I apologize for being inactive for such a long duration. I uploaded the introduction video and just disappeared after that. I won't make any excuses, but I will try to get a little more regular from the upcoming videos. Alright, so without doing any further ado, let's get started with today's topic, that is computer number. So in this video, I will cover everything related to computer number in brief, like what is a computer number and why is it needed. I will tell how to apply for a computer number, plus I will also tell how I got my computer number in just 9 days, and that too in the very first try. So yeah, you can rely upon me for this topic especially. Alright, so let's get started. Alright, so the question is, what is a computer number? So a computer number is a unique ID given to each student pilot or to any pilot for that matter, and it is issued by the Central Examination Organization Department of the DGCA. And why is it needed? It is needed to give the DGCA exams. I'm sure you might have heard about the DGCA exams, that you need to clear the exams to get your license apart from flying. Alright, so to give those exams, you can't just directly apply for the exams and give exams. It's not like that. You need a computer number to apply for the exams. So yeah, computer number is basically your permanent ID to apply for any of the DGCA exams. So yeah, that's it. Alright, so let's move on to how to apply for the computer number. So as I told you, I got my computer number in 9 days, and that too in the very first attempt. I will tell you what steps I followed for the issue of my computer number. But before starting, I would request every one of you to please download and read the latest flight crew manual available on the Pariksha DGCA website, because if there are any updates, you will get to know from that user manual. Alright, so let's get started. Alright, so I hope you all have read the latest flight crew user manual from the Pariksha website, but even if you haven't, don't worry, we are gonna talk about everything here as well. So let's talk about the important documents required for the issue of the computer number. So the documents are your 10th and 12th pass certificates, your date of birth certificate. Now for date of birth certificate, you can give your birth certificate, or you can also give your 10th pass certificate. It is also treated as a date of birth certificate. You need your 10th and 12th board verification certificates. So if you don't know what is a board verification certificate, I will come to that point in a while. Now this is an exception, 10 plus 2 equivalent certificate. If you have done your 12th from an open school, then you need this certificate, otherwise you don't need it. Then copy of proof of permanent address. For this, you can upload your Aadhaar card, your passport. If you have a voter ID card, you can upload that. License issued by DGCA, ration card, or proof of address issued by state or central government. You can upload any one of these, Aadhaar card and passport being the very common proofs. Alright, Association of Indian University certificate is not of relevance for us. Your Aadhaar card and the rest for documents, if they apply to you, can upload them as well. And in the second section, it is your 10th and 12th mark sheets. They are obviously compulsory. Then your passport, it is not compulsory for Indians, but if you have your passport, you can upload that. I uploaded my passport, so that's not an issue. Visa, if it applies to you, you can upload that, otherwise there's no need. Alright, so yeah, these were the important documents required for the issue of computer number. Plus you need a photograph of yourself and a photograph of your signature, and the specifications of your photograph are: it should be 4.5 cm high and 3.5 cm wide. It should be borderless and it should have a white background, and your face should be 70% of the photograph, and it should be of a matte finish. And for your signature, it should be 2 cm high and 4.5 cm wide, also on a white background. Now, talking about all the documents I mentioned before, you know, all these documents are to be uploaded on the DGCA website, Pariksha website. So you know, the upper limits, the maximum allowable size of these documents are mentioned in the user manual, and they are coming on your screen as well. So if it says 100 KB, it should be 100 KB. If it says 200 KB, it is 200 KB. It should be below the limits. Alright. And the limit for the photograph is 70 KB and the limit for the signature is 20 KBs. Now all the documents except the photograph and signature should be in the PDF form, and the photograph and signature can either be in JPEG or JPG format. Alright, so before starting the registration process, make sure you have the soft copies, compressed soft copies of all these documents handy, so that it becomes easy while doing the registration process. And yeah, if you are not able to compress the documents, I will put a link down in the description that will make the compression process a bit more easy. But if you are still not able to compress the documents, you can either go to a computer cafe or something and get your documents compressed there. That's not a very big deal. Alright, and make sure you scan all the documents with a proper scanner, not just your phone scanner. Alright, because if it's proper, that looks good, and you DGCA won't have any reason to reject your application. So make sure you scan the documents through a proper printer wala scanner. Alright, not the phone scanner. Alright, so that being said, let's move forward with the registration process. And yeah, one more thing to keep in mind: if the original document is printed on more than one side, that is 2 sides or 3 sides, whatever it be, make sure you upload all the sides. Don't just upload the first page. Alright, DGCA needs everything. If it's a 2-page document, if it's a 3-page document, upload all the pages. Now don't upload, you can't upload 2-3 PDFs. You need to have a single PDF with 2 pages or 3 pages, whatever it be. So make sure you upload each page of the document if it's more than 1 page. Yeah, let's get started with the registration thing. Alright, so for the basic registration process, we will go to pariksha.dgca.gov.in website. Then this module will open. Then we will click here to proceed, and in the flight crew section we will click on new candidate registration. Then instructions will pop out. You read all the instructions thoroughly, and after reading them you take the terms and conditions. So now in the new candidate registration module, you have to fill all the information required, and make sure while filling your name or your parents' name, the name should be same as it is written in your 10th mark sheet or your pass certificate. It should not be different. It's clearly mentioned there. Alright, so after filling all the required fields correctly, click on the submit button, and after clicking on the submit button, an OTP will be sent to your mobile number, and after you enter that OTP, you will see the message that is coming on your screen right now. A link has been sent to your registered email ID. Please click on that link to verify your email ID within 24 hours. Otherwise, you have to re-register with us again. So I will show you the email. It looks like this. A link will be sent like this, and if you find anything that is wrong, anything you submitted in the basic registration is wrong by mistake, don't click on the activate account link. Otherwise you will have to wait for 10 days to start the process all over again. If you wait, you will just have to wait for 24 hours, just in case you have written something wrong in the basic registration module. Alright, so let's move forward. So the activate account link will bring us to this web page where you can set your password, and after setting your password, make sure your password fulfills the minimum password requirements mentioned here. And after you click on submit, you will see this message popped out that your password has been set. Now you can log in through the candidate login link. Alright, so let's see what to do next. Now coming back to the home page of pariksha.dgca.gov.in, you will click to proceed. But now this time you will not click on new candidate registration. This time you will click on candidate login instead. Alright, then you enter your email ID and your password, enter the captcha and proceed. You will first of all see your personal details section, which you cannot edit. Alright, and then comes your correspondence address and your permanent address. Now you can write two different addresses if they are different, but even if they are different, I will suggest you to write both the addresses the same, because DGCA is not going to come to check the correct address. So I suggest you to give the same address for both the correspondence and the permanent address. In section 2.8 you have the option as well that you can select whether your permanent address is same as correspondence address or not. So the fourth section asks for the category of license we are applying for. So it is CPL in our case. Nationality is obviously Indian, and if we hold any Indian or foreign authority issued license, so it's no. And the fifth section is your defense pilot status. If you are a defense pilot, select yes, or if you are not, select no. It's definitely no for us. Then you are asked about the flying and training details. It's optional, so you can keep it blank, but if you have any experience you can write it here. In the seventh section you are asked about whether you have done any foreign schooling, foreign education or not. If yes, then select yes, otherwise no. The eighth section is about the passport. It's not compulsory, but if you have a passport, I will suggest you ki kar do upload, otherwise it's not compulsory. Visa details also not compulsory. Yeah, the main thing. 10th section, it asks for the education qualification. So आपने नोटिस किया होगा दो ऑप्शन आते हैं, एंड द फर्स्ट वन इज 10+2 इक्विलेंट. सो मेक श्योर आप उसको चेंज कर दो. इफ़ यू हैव नॉट डन योर ओपन स्कूलिंग, चेंज इट टू 10+2 विथ फिजिक्स मैथ्स, बिकॉज इक्विलेंट ओपन स्कूलिंग वालों के लिए होता है. सो चेंज दैट ऑप्शन एंड ऑल द अदर डिटेल्स आप उसको फिल कर दीजिए. 11th सेक्शन, you enter your marks for physics, math. थर्ड ऑप्शन फिजिक्स आता है, बट यू कैन चेंज इट टू सम अदर सब्जेक्ट. मैंने अपने केस में इंग्लिश ले लिया. यू गिव ऑल द डिटेल्स एंड देन क्लिक ऑन सेव एंड नेक्स्ट. It will bring you to the uploading section of documents. You upload all the documents and then click on save and next. Process is finally done. So after uploading all the documents and clicking on save and next, you will see this window pop out, and a PDF will be auto downloaded with the title candidate review. And if it does not get auto downloaded, it will also be sent to you over the mail, so don't worry. Now you have done the registration process. The main things are done. You have your temporary ID with you. Alright, so now what you have to do is get a color printout. You get a color printout of the candidate review form. Alright, and what you have to do next is we will see it. Alright, so but first get a color printout of the candidate review form. So now comes the second part of the application process, the sending of physical copies of documents to DGCA. Now what you need to do is get a printout of all the documents, and I prefer कि documents सारे color copy में हो, but black and white is also fine, but I will suggest कि color हो. Alright, all the documents needs to be attested. All of them needs to be self-attested except your board verification certificate. And what a self-attestation looks like is coming on your screen, and your board verification should be attested by a gazetted officer or a public notary, or even your CFI is eligible to do that, but make sure it is done by some authorized person. Alright, plus the last page, the last column of your candidate review form also needs to be cross-signed and attested by the gazetted officer or the CFI or the public notary as well. Alright, and yeah, your candidate review form should be filled by you with a black ballpoint pen only. It should be black, and ballpoint pen तो मैंने बोल दिया, ठीक है, तो वो चीज़ ध्यान रखना, ठीक है. And while sending the documents, make sure they are in the प्रॉपर सीरियल. जो आपके कैंडिडेट रिव्यू फॉर्म में जिस सीरियल में दिया गया है उसी सीरियल में आपके डॉक्यूमेंट्स होने चाहिए. एंड सबसे टॉप पे आपका कैंडिडेट रिव्यू होएगा एंड देन ऑल योर डॉक्यूमेंट्स. गेट अ गुड एनवेलप एंड सारे डॉक्यूमेंट्स डालो उसमें, सील कर दो एनवेलप को एंड ऑन द टॉप ऑफ द एनवेलप राइट what is written on your screen and post that courier to DGCA on the given address, and it should reach DGCA within 10 days, otherwise the application will be auto rejected. And yeah, board verification certificate के बारे में भूल गए. So for CBSE it is a butter smooth process. Mine was CBSE and it was very easy. So the result you get online is basically your board verification certificate. You go to CBSE's website and your online result is your board verification certificate. So while uploading board verification certificate, just upload the PDF of the result that gets downloaded, and yeah, you have to get the same attested by a gazetted officer as well. Alright, one more thing, if you are getting your result online just like CBSE, you will also have to draft a letter. जो अभी आपकी स्क्रीन पे आ रहा है ये 10th का सैम्पल है. 12th भी अगर आपका ऑनलाइन है तो you will have to draft a letter for 12th in the similar manner. You will have to get a printout of this letter and staple it on the last page of your candidate review form. आपका जो बोर्ड वेरिफिकेशन सर्टिफिकेट है वो तो एज पर द सीक्वेंस जो फॉर्म में मैंशनड है उसके अकॉर्डिंग अरेंज करना, but this should be stapled on the last page of your candidate review form. And if you are getting your board verification certificate offline from any other board or something, then make sure you open the envelope only if it is addressed to your name. If it is not addressed to your name and it is addressed to DGCA, do not open the envelope. Just scan the front and back of the envelope and send the envelope as it has come to you. Do not open the envelope. Alright, so that's it. Let's continue with the video. You have all the documents in place. It should be piled up properly in the proper series as mentioned in the candidate review form. Put all the documents properly into the envelope, seal the envelope and write the address and the thing that is coming on your screen on the top of your envelope, and send the courier to DGCA only through speed post, and it should reach DGCA within 10 days of the submission of application. If it exceeds 10 days, your application will be auto rejected. And yeah, this is how you apply, and what you have to do next is just wait for any update you get from DGCA. Hopefully if you have followed each process properly, you will get your computer number issued in the very first attempt. But if it gets rejected and you apply for that again, I will suggest you to get a printout of the rejection email and rectify all your mistakes and send the copy of your rejection email as well, stating that you have rectified all your mistakes and you are applying for the computer number again. And yeah, when your documents reach DGCA, this mail will come that is popped up on your screen, and when your computer number is alerted to you, this email will show up in your inbox. So that is how you get your computer number, and that is how I got my computer number in just 9 days. That's it for this video. Until next time, keep flying. Bye bye. यार कितना अजीब यूट्यूबर हूँ यार मैं, लाइक शेयर सब्सक्राइब करने का बोलना ही भूल गया. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you found the content useful for you, please do consider subscribing the channel and share the video with your friends. And if you have any doubts or if you want to share something, you can leave a comment down below. Alright, so thank you, bye bye.